tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We remember all the times we had together. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AfterBuzz TV Awkward After Show. Sadly, this is the last episode of this half of the season. It's season 5, episode 11, The Graduates Holding On and Letting Go. And we are holding on to a lot on this panel right now. And we're going to let go of a lot on this channel tonight, too. I am Tiana Hobson, your host, and you can follow me on Twitter at the Tiana Hobson. And joining me tonight, we have Christina Zias.
Hey, guys.
Do you want to give them your Twitter handle?
Yes, I do. They should already know it. Anyways, you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Zias.
And next to her is Jason Eichler.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Eichler. Just so everybody's clear, there's a little bit of tension in the room right now because Tiana would not talk to us the hour while we were watching, and so now Christina and I have a lot of pent-up frustration that we may or may not like to get out.
Maybe I did it on purpose to make it a better show.
Maybe.
Who knows? Well, let's get into tonight's episode. It's all about graduation in the first half hour of it. And we have Jenna and Matty, who finally got together last week, and now they're graduating, and we're finding out that, you know, Matty has to leave early for soccer camp, and their relationship's just getting started, so Jenna's kind of stressing out about that. And then you also have Sadie, who can't walk at graduation, and Jenna tries to save the situation by telling Val that Matty actually it was his flask, and then gets him kicked out of graduation too.
Well, that's the episode.
That's the episode right there.
Well, I think that... Okay, I'm going to rewind it back a bit, but I think the best part of the whole Jenna and Matty thing is them waking up together
I was going to say that. Okay, have your parents ever walked in on you while you were doing the deed?
Oh my gosh.
Have yours, Jason?
No.
One time, I will say though, one time I had... I had moved home my last semester of college because whatever. Anyways, I had a guy in my room, and I heard my mom walking. It was at my parents' house. I was in college. I heard my mom walking down the stairs. My room was in the basement, and I'm like, shit! Like, you need to hide under the bed. And so I pushed him to the side, and then my mom was just getting water.
Oh, really?
Did that relationship go anywhere past that night after you hid him from your mom?
Yeah, I mean, it was we had a lot of fun.
You guys were like Jenna and Matty, just looking at the stars, and then we're gonna go have sex. And
I wouldn't say there was any like stars or anything. It was
just sex.
Yeah,
perfect. I will say that I am 27 years old. I've been living in LA for 4 years with my boyfriend for 4 years, and if we were both to go home to New York, we'd probably both sleep in different rooms at my parents' house. For sure. Actually, wait, can I tell you guys the best part? My grandparents, my grandfather in particular, thinks that we have a 2-bedroom apartment.
So your grandpa thinks you're like the perfect little angel.
He thinks we sleep in 2 different bedrooms.
No idea. Tiana's parents think she's a virgin, if that makes you feel any better.
They probably do, yeah.
I know they do. I talked to your mom about it.
Yeah, I have a very sweet and innocent face. But no, they have never caught me doing anything.
Have you ever caught your parents?
Oh, God, no.
What would be worse, having your parents catch you?
Catching your parents.
I've had both happen.
You've caught your parents?
I was like...
That makes me so uncomfortable.
I was like 7 or 8, but... Because, you know,
Really?
you used to get in your parents' bed. Not in a sexual way. In a way. Like when you're a kid and you want to sleep in your parents' bed, you guys are messed up.
At 7 or 8 years old?
I don't remember how old I was. I threw out a number, okay? All I know is I walked in the room and my dad was naked and I was so confused.
Oh my gosh, that's
Sorry, Dad, for sharing this on the internet.
Yeah, I think I came close to finding my parents like that, but there was just an awkwardness vibe in the room when I walked in, but I cannot confirm nor deny that they were actually about to get it on because they both had clothes on. So
okay. Jason, remember when we caught Tiana at her parents' house without clothes on?
Yeah, since this is the finale of Awkward, I'd like to share a little story about Tiana's 30th birthday.
It wasn't my 30th. I'm not 30 yet. And we're going to save that story for a different episode because it actually has nothing
Tiana
to do with
had us
episode.
over at her parents' house. And Tiana had a lot to drink. We'll just say that. So we went through an In-N-Out drive-thru. And we went back to Tiana's parents' house, and Tiana's like, you guys can just go to bed, find your own bedrooms. And so we've never been to our parents' house before, so we're like, let's just sleep on the couch. Well, Christina comes and taps me.
And they slept on the couch. And then also in this episode, because we're going to talk about the episode right now,
this
Jason.
This is valid as to what's happening in the episode.
If you guys want the rest of this story, ask him on Twitter. He'll tell you.
I'm going to tell you at the end of this
I'll
episode.
give all the juicy details as well.
Stay tuned. You'll
That's
find out
all
later
you need
in the
to
show.
know. So Jenna and Matty are having sex everywhere, and they're getting caught by her parents, who Lacey seems very cool with the fact that
they don't care at all.
18.
But honestly, if I was their parent, they're in a monogamous relationship. Like, you know they're having sex. Like, do it in the home.
I mean, also, Lacey obviously had a child when she was Jenna's age. So there's nothing they can really say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I just think that for her dad, at least, you know, he's kind of, it's his baby girl. She's 18 now.
He did tell Matty to go get our girl, though.
He did, but I mean, I don't think he meant to physically go start humping his daughter.
Oh my God.
So was she sneaking him in the room? Or did
they? Because remember, Dad found out about the...
Oh, he always enters through the back door.
Yeah, the back door last week.
I think Tiana quite frequently does.
Don't hate on the back door. Sometimes it's the easiest access there is.
Sometimes it's the only access. Depending on your preference. Can you comment on the back door?
No comment on the back door.
But I don't know. I don't think I would be that upset since they're already together. And clearly, if you get pregnant when you're 16, you know your kids are also going to have sex.
And whatever. They were just cuddling. It's not like they walked in on them having sex.
That was
and it's graduation day.
But also, it was a little strange that she commented on his morning wood.
That's definitely strange.
I think it was her hormones talking because she is pregnant now.
But also, she's kind of had the hots for Matty.
Yeah, she has had hots for Matty.
I feel like I'm surprised. Maybe because I've been watching the OC lately, and Julie Cohen has an affair with a high school student. I feel like I'm surprised Lacey hasn't.
I always thought we thought that was going to happen in the beginning of this show. Wow, we've come so far. 5 seasons later.
5 seasons later, still hasn't happened. And then they go over to their senior breakfast where Sadie still shows up, even though she's not supposed to be there because she's not allowed to walk at graduation. But she kind of thought that Val was not serious about her sort of suspension, to say. Did you guys... Like, Val kind of really lays into her and is like, you're not going to ruin this perfect day. Everything has to be on point.
Okay, Val is obviously crazy. We've known this all along.
Yeah.
But she has took today. Like, she is so selfish. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's her graduation.
And honestly, if I were Sadie, I would not pay attention to what Val was saying.
Yeah, I would bring up every bad thing she ever did and presented it to the principal. Like, no, she told me this, and this. If I don't walk, your ass is fired. Like, I'll call the school newspaper.
You would.
You know?
Jason was actually a 3rd grader trying to get teachers fired because of stuff like that.
I was homeschooled, so
that definitely happened. You definitely were trying to get your mom fired from teaching you. I could see you being that kid, though.
Like, I called my dad.
Writing a letter. Excuse me, dear Dad. Mom is a horrible teacher.
I'm smarter than her.
But okay, so just to jump ahead a little bit, did you guys have any idea when Val starts freaking out like this what she was up to?
No. Did you?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I swear to you, last night, from the moment she said, you're not going to ruin my perfect day to Sadie, I was like, Val's going to plan her freaking wedding at their graduation.
Do you believe her?
Of course
I kind of do believe her, actually, because she's really good at predicting things.
She's really good.
I'll say that. Even though I don't always agree with everything else she says, I do think that you are good at predicting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now back to so Sadie gets thrown out basically, and in true Sadie form has to make a scene as she's going out. She's throwing pancakes at everyone and yelling, and security kindly gets her to leave.
I felt like that was necessary though.
It was or wasn't?
It was.
Because I feel like everything Val did was completely unwarranted, especially since Val is completely unprofessional.
I thought she was going to throw pancakes at her.
Yeah.
So
I wish she would have
Val got very lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was called for. Who does Val think she is, honestly?
Val's Val, guys. I feel like everything you guys used to love about Val, right now you're saying, like, she should be fired.
Well, no. We're saying it because
I'm like, and now
she's
you hate Val.
No, because if it's like when you have that relationship with a teacher and they're your friend, and then all of a sudden they're like unprofessional. Like, you can't cross the line and then come back from it. Yeah. If you're going to be unprofessional, then you have to stick with it. But you can't pick and choose your battles.
Yeah. Well,
and I'd like to also point out again, nobody got in trouble when they were naked in the school.
Right.
But they got in trouble when they snuck a flask in.
Yeah. But didn't Val catch them when they were naked in the school?
And didn't do anything about it.
But Principal Cox is the one who caught Sadie with the flask, and he's the one who said she couldn't walk. So maybe that's the difference. That's the only thing I'm noticing. That
I just felt like we all blamed it on Val because Sadie did. And I partner with Sadie.
Same.
Oh, okay. I feel bad for Val because, yeah. But Jenna tries to save the situation because Matty feels bad because it was actually his flask. So Jenna goes to talk to Val about it and thinking, hey, we're friends. Val's not going to ban my boyfriend. And she bans her boyfriend.
See, and that's why you should also blame Val. Right there. You just presented it to us.
Maybe Val's just having a little bridezilla moment. Everyone gets stressed out before their wedding, especially a surprise wedding that no one else knows about. How can she plan
her wedding on these kids' graduation day?
She always thought she was one of the. She thought she was part of the class of 2015.
But wouldn't you be pissed if you were one of the parents and it's like, this is your kid's big day, and then some crazy guidance counselor was getting married?
I mean, the whole class looked like 30 people sitting.
I know it did.
So.
Can we bring up the chat roll?
Oh yeah, Marissa, can we see that, please? But I don't know. I understand that Val is crazy, and we all have known this for years. So I'm just not surprised by this behavior.
Well, I'm super proud of Jenna for the way she handled it.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of gets the whole senior class to rally and, all admit that they were drinking at graduation. They should all be banned. And then they get Matty reinstated in graduation. But sadly, Sadie still can't be.
I love how that's typically a scene you see in like movies about race.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Where everybody steps up like, I'm not going unless they can, or like the underdog. But this is about drinking. I drank.
We're all standing up for drinking at prom. Everyone does it. Not me. But Matty, when he finds out that he got back into graduation, he tells Jenna he doesn't want to walk without Sadie because she's been such a big part of his life. And Jenna says something along the lines of, why are you choosing her over me, over us? Did you think that was a fair statement for Jenna to kind of...
Ish. Because I don't think she realizes all the, like... Matty and Sadie's relationship, I don't think is as visible to Jenna.
Right.
As... Like, I don't think she realizes how important he is to her. So I feel like she did have a valid point. Like,
but he did a good job of explaining himself,
yeah, I thought so. Because at first I was on her team, and then he was like, no, we wouldn't be together if it wasn't for Sadie. Yeah. Then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that Jenna took the information she learned and did good with it.
Yeah, that conversation that Jenna went over to Sadie's house, and the conversation she had when she said that she basically thanks Sadie for forcing her to stand up for herself every day.
Yeah.
Tamara, that's how I feel about you. Thank you.
Oh, I was going to say, that's how I feel about Jason, because every day I feel like I'm defending myself with him.
I think the thing is, since you're a bully, you're a little sensitive, and most bullies like yourself lash out, and that comes from something else I've learned.
Oh, okay.
And I do see Sadie in you. Every day.
Every day. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for giving me an easy target every day to work on my Sadie craft. I appreciate that.
I'm not easy.
That's not what I heard.
I think I should be Val.
You just decided
if we were assigning characters, you're definitely Lacey.
Who are you?
Oh my gosh, I love that I'm Lacey.
You're not Alyssa.
Wait, you think you're Alyssa?
No, who am I actually?
I think you're a Sadie more than I'm a Sadie, but...
Who would you be? You're definitely a Sadie.
I feel like I'm more of a Jenna, a lost cause. or a Tamara.
You're not that intuitive.
Huh.
Maybe I'm just not there yet.
I'd say I'm more of a Tamara.
I feel like you could be a little bit of a Tamara. Yeah.
This is just like Sex and the City. Oh my
God,
God.
I am so happy that I'm Lacey.
You're definitely Lacey.
You're definitely Lacey.
What do you guys want to do tonight?
Drink, Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
So basically, after Jenna goes to see Sadie, it inspires Sadie to crash graduation, and she does it in only the way that Sadie can do, with the help of Theo and Cole and a.
That was awesome.
Thank you for the shirt, love. Chat roll. Sound by Miss Zias.
Perfect. So Sadie gives this very encouraging speech to everyone about how you have to be the hero of your own story and you have to write your own story and get out there and
I teared up.
I actually liked how, because it was very much Sadie, like very much written in her voice.
Totally.
But it was like what she was saying was like none of this matters.
Exactly.
Because I think when you're in high school,
you can change your own destiny.
Yeah. Because even now when you look back at like college or high school or whatever, you're like, why did I care?
Totally.
Don't care, people.
I remember for my college graduation, I think I was like a little tipsy. And
who wasn't?
Okay, right?
Oh my gosh, we were hammered at my college
okay,
graduation.
good. Because I remember all the people around me were sober and they're like, this bitch is crazy.
No, I was sober for high school and college, but for grad school, I was tanked.
Oh, okay. No, this was for my bachelor's. I remember like holding the people's hand around me. I was like, this is the beginning. And this kid messaged me like a month later and he's like, I just wanted to thank you for making that day really special and positive. I was like really nervous, but you're like, we're so encouraging. You made me feel so good about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. But
I had no idea.
But that is how I felt. Like I was like, the world is ours. Like, the opportunities are endless. I can be very positive, you guys. See, this is,
She can. I have videos on my phone of her going around a circle at dinner telling everyone how like, good things about them that she likes.
That was my idea.
I don't remember this.
Oh, because
once again, she was...
Oh, my God. This is terrible. Learning new things about myself.
I'd like everybody who tunes in to know this show is going to come back to haunt each and every one of us one day.
Definitely.
So on the other side of everything that's happening on graduation day, we have Tamara, who has ordered the class gift, and she orders a bench for everyone to sit on. And when it comes, it is inscribed wrong, and instead of saying the class of 2015, it says the ass of 2015.
No, if you were the bench subscriber,
yes,
wouldn't you maybe be like, hey, just double checking, you want it to say ass
for sure
for a school gift?
A responsible business owner, yes, would have done that. But I mean, it's kind of her fault in a way.
I mean, it's definitely her fault.
It is, because he did confirm and said, you sure you want the third one? And she said yes.
Yeah, so in her email, I don't even know how he, being a man of an older age, understood her email, because it's written in all Tamara's isms.
WTF, F, 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 F.
So luckily, though, she has kind of Jake there, and Lissa is actually the voice of reason here and telling her that, hey, it's actually not a bad thing. It's kind of a funny pun.
Lissa was kind of the voice of reason for the whole episode, which was strange.
I know, she was.
Well, she was the guidance counselor for Val's brief
absence.
So she's got a lot of practice right now. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything that happened in that first episode. Yeah, I think we covered it. So now the second episode, we have Grad Night. And I want to talk about Sadie and Sergio first, because I think they're adorable and I love them. And I was so happy to see Sergio back.
I know, same.
I was so happy. So Sadie is upset after giving her speech and kind of says to Lissa, you know, it would have been great if someone had been here to support me. And no, she's not talking about her mom, who she hates again. She's talking about Sergio. So Lissa tries her little Parent Trap plan, which I know Jason, as soon as I saw Parent Trap plan, I was like, oh, Jason loves Parent Trap.
I love the Parent Trap.
That's my ultimate favorite movie.
It's one of mine,
so
too.
good.
Have you ever seen the original?
Yeah, I love that one, too.
Oh, really? I've never seen that one.
Oh, that one's really good.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lindsay Lohan one's better.
Amazing.
But, yeah.
We need to learn the handshake. Do you know it?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
I don't know it.
Okay. They're doing it. if you guys are on iTunes listening, make sure you go to YouTube and watch this epic handshake. He actually did it, guys.
Sorry, Marissa.
Okay,
I did it too, Tiana. See?
Slap the hip.
I know, but we tried, but we can't. You can feel the hip.
You can feel
Can you
it.
hear that?
So her plan isn't going as planned because she tried this on her parents, but her dad was just too
Did
gay.
you write down that sentence before you said it?
What?
Her plan isn't going as planned.
No, I didn't.
It's just so well written, so well
I
spoken.
know, right? I'm a walking dictionary, what can I say? But so her plan is to say that they both tell each one of them that the other one wants to apologize. Of course, they both don't want to at first, and then due to Sadie's sort of meanness, it kind of brings them back together, which was
I feel like that is a legitimate plan, though, because they both. I think Lissa sees that they're both in the wrong. Like they both really care about each other. So like, why not fib a little to get them to come to where they need to be?
Yeah. And
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I love how Lissa keeps emphasizing how mean Sadie is.
I know.
Yes, I think
because it reminds me of being friends with Tiana.
It's taken her a few years to tell her
Yeah, because she used to never
is.
stand up to her.
Right, exactly. And now it's not even her standing up to her, it's just her letting her know.
Yeah, she's just being honest.
Yeah.
And even like in the first episode, she's talking about how much Sadie would hate things and how mean Sadie is, but also how much she misses her.
Right.
And her meanness, it's kind of like a blanket of love. That's how you know Sadie cares, is because she's mean.
I'm sure Jenna felt like that every single day.
Yeah.
I'm sure she did.
And we feel the same.
And we see that Sergio has his business up and running, Sergio's Hot Tamales. Which I thought was good for him because at least he didn't let his heartbreak stop him from his dream.
Sometimes I feel like heartbreak pushes you toward your dreams.
It does.
And now he can follow her to college in his food truck.
Yeah, but parking in New York, man, that's going to be hard.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be a little tough. So they've worked it out and everyone's happy. And then you have Jenna and Matty, who Jenna has decided that since it's grad night and Matty has to leave the next day, that they have to pack their whole relationship into one night. And she has a list of things for them to do, which includes a night at the beach, which is actually just the long jump pit, a makeout session in the bleachers, and a drive-in movie, which she has hooked her handy-dandy iPhone up in his truck.
I feel like Jenna needed to have one of those red Solo cups.
Had a drink.
Yeah, for sure. I think she just needed to relax that night. I mean, I'm happy with the way it ended, but for a minute there, I was not. I was annoyed.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute that she was like trying to, because she had all these things in her mind for over the summer.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just because you're still in the honeymoon phase of your relationship.
That's true.
So.
I mean, and he waited because they were together for, after prom, there was a couple more weeks left of school where Matty knew he had to leave and didn't tell her, and so kind of dropping the ball on her at the last minute.
Oh, you think he knew earlier?
If you've accepted your
Yeah,
thing,
you're probably
your
right.
coach told you before today that you had to
Somebody
report
said stop picking on
tomorrow.
Tiana.
Thank you, Sheena. 1, 2, 3.
No, they said Jason stop picking on Tiana.
Sheena, you don't know what she does to us off the air.
Sheena, thanks for liking the handshake.
And thank you for feeling sorry for me. But no, he definitely knew in advance. And also one thing, unless he had to go to summer school also, he's not reporting to soccer camp that early in the year or that early in the summer. Like he would.
But you think he's lying about where he's going?
No, I'm just saying that this is like on the writers that if you're going to college
Like, get your facts straight.
Athlete.
As an athlete, like you maybe midsummer, but if you're doing camps or have to go to summer school, you'll go in the beginning of summer.
Oh.
Otherwise, you report a little bit later, so you have a little bit of time. But that's just my.
Well, either way, I kind of get why he didn't tell her, because I feel like for him, he wants to enjoy the time, and at least he's the only one. Like, I think he almost didn't tell her to protect her, because in his mind, he's the only one who has to be miserable knowing they have to leave, and she can still kind of be like blissful about it.
Well, I was naive enough to think that he just found out, so
I thought that too. But now that Tiana has enlightened us,
well, I just think that he would have known weeks ago in advance, and he kind of made it seem like I didn't want to tell you at first, type of thing. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he did just find out, and I'm being hard on Matty, but hard on.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, at least you can tell.
Yeah, I heard it that time. Yeah, I heard it. So when they get to their drive-in movie in the truck, Matty finally gets Jenna to start talking, because that's the one thing she's trying to avoid, is having this talk, because they're going off to college, separate sides of the country. How is this going to work? And at first they kind of agree that, maybe they can be together when they're together and apart when they're apart, and see each other.
That never works, though.
Yeah,
I've seen Laguna Beach a lot of times.
It doesn't work.
That stuff never works. So they finally end up saying, maybe we should just not do this and we'll break up, almost. And then Val shows up, because they spend the night apart, and Val shows up throughout the episode to give Jenna little last minute details of words of wisdom and guidance from her. Some of my favorites were floss is your friend, don't trust llamas. These are things that Jenna definitely needed to hear before going off to college. But the one that actually hit home was to always trust your heart, because every moment counts. And this inspires Jenna to rush.
That inspired me too. I just got chills again.
It's so cute.
And she rushes over to Matty and joins him to drive him up to college. And they decide, we're going to give it the old college try there and see if they can make this work. What do you guys think of this plan?
Well, I'm in the plan myself.
Oh, yeah.
So,
how's it going, Jason?
So far, so good for me, 5 months in. But I think when you're that young, it's a lot harder. Because I just think about how much I've changed since the time I was 18 till now. So changing in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
Now I'm 27 doing it. And we have money to be able to afford to fly back and forth. But I think if you don't have money and you don't know, you don't know what you're going to be in the future when you're 18. I don't know. I think you should always try it, because if you don't try it, you're gonna always wonder.
So all I can think about is how you said how much you've changed, and I just want everyone to go look at Tiana Hobson's Instagram so you can see how much Jason has changed over the past 4 years. Let alone
so bad.
He was 18. That's all I'd say about that.
I'm ever evolving.
But I do agree with you. And also, Jason's obviously going through this situation.
I'm in a long distance relationship, if anybody's wondering.
But I think it's going to be hard because you're home doing your own thing and he's at school. But this is both of them, embarking on these new adventures. And I think it's going to be really tough. And I don't recommend it.
But I do. My brother and his wife did it.
They did?
And it worked for them.
Yeah, I'm sure it works for a lot of people.
I think going into it, you have to know
that it might not.
It might not.
Yeah.
But also you have to kind of have long-term goals in mind. Like, do we want a future together? Then this is going to take work. But I feel like for them, they're so up and down anyways.
Right.
That I don't see it working for the two of them.
But I'm really happy that she went up there with him. Because at the end of the day, they're friends.
Yep.
And I feel like they should have this experience together.
Yeah, and I honestly try it. Like, if you still love the person, don't break up with them.
And she's still home for the summer. He's in Berkeley. They're close,
Yeah, she can go visit during the summer. And to what Jason was saying about, how it worked for your brother, I think that when you go into the long distance thing with a plan, those are the ones that work out.
Yeah.
And you're thinking about the future, because if I remember back on my freshman year of college, the people who came into there with their high school sweethearts somewhere else, and it was just kind of like, we're just gonna make it work kind of thing. Those are the ones who a month in, he was lying about who he was going out with and all that stuff, and the people who came in and were like, no, she's coming to visit me these days, I'm going to her, we have a plan, we want to make it work. Those are the ones that at least made it through freshman year.
Yeah, and
some of them made it through the whole time.
And I feel like for them, they, even when they were saying we could see each other maybe twice a year if our schedules match up. Like, if you're gonna do it takes work.
Yeah, a lot of time.
A lot of work. So they make this plan, and she drives up with him, and then we kind of see them happy for now, and then we'll get into predictions later, but we have to talk about Jake and Tamara first, because this was an interesting coupledom to me for this episode, because I felt like for it being graduation and epic, I liked that Jake and Tamara were spending the last night together. But then I also felt like they didn't really have that much to do.
I do feel that. I feel like for their characters, though, high school was everything for them.
Yeah.
And so seeing them in this breakdown was kind of, I think, their almost growing up moment where it's like, oh, this doesn't matter, and also they get together one last time. That's what we all want. I think MTV did that just for us.
By the way, did anyone realize that Gabby did not graduate?
She was not at graduation. Kyle was there, but Gabby was not there. That is very true. I did not realize that at first. But how did you guys feel about like Theo and Cole's statement to Jake about walking around with his Letterman's jacket?
That was mean.
Okay, that was mean. But in their defense, every person I know from my hometown high school who has ended up being nothing, sorry to say, was totally that guy in the letter jacket and I had a letter for show choir, but I didn't get a jacket.
Thank God.
I think you explained why you didn't get one in that sentence.
I very well could have ordered one, but don't you know the people that were like, I play football and I'm the quarterback of those are the people that stay in their hometown.
No, I feel like that's so stereotypical. That is not fair to say.
I know,
and all the show choir kids go off to do big things.
I mean, look at me.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Like, I'm just sorry. You can do whatever you want.
I will say, though, the only people from my hometown that moved away and are actually doing something with their life were in show choir.
Well, I will say that at my school, it was a very good mixture of people who have left home.
Yeah.
People who
had you two both had different high school experiences because you were both so close to LA or New York. Where I was in the middle of nowhere. So it is a different.
Me too, Jason.
Yeah, see, Marissa, we know. But so that stereotype is a lot different, I think, if you're from a super small town. That actually does happen a lot.
How many people did you graduate high school with?
300.
That's not that small.
It is really small.
Oh. How many did you graduate with?
970.
What?
Or something like that.
Mine was like 500, so I'm right in the middle.
But that was like literally within like a 50-mile radius. The 300.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Wait, really?
Like a 5-mile
like
radius.
20 realistically, but it was like a big.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it is playing up to some of the stereotypes, and especially since Jake isn't going off to school right now, where all of his friends are, I could see him falling into that trap. But I want more for him and I want more for Tamara, but I could actually see both of them being the guy, Jake being the teacher at Palos Hills High School, Tamara being the cheer coach, and just spending their lives kind of feeding into their community. I'm not going to say into high school and make it petty, like into the community and like spreading their wings there and helping get their school on the map in some way.
Isn't Tamara going to school super close by too, or no?
I think so. I can't remember where she
I thought she was going to... Oh, gosh.
Does anyone in the chat room know where Tamara is going?
I thought it was... I forget what they're making it sound like. They're making it sound like USC, right?
Oh, yes. So, yeah, she's going to be close by.
Close by.
But I like that they ended it together, though. I like that she was there to support Jake when he kind of had that bad realization of what his life might be.
I mean, he also got thrown up on, which has happened to me twice, and by the same friend. I don't know why I'm still her friend.
Oh my God.
And so I know how angry you can get and how just disgusted you are and how you just want to throw away your clothes and not wash them or anything like that.
The friend you got thrown up on by was drunk. This person was just on a roller coaster, so not necessarily their fault.
But they were spinning around, like...
Yeah, so that's not their fault.
Yeah. Are you saying it's my fault I got thrown up on?
I'm saying it's your friend's fault.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely her fault, and she knows this. But I'm just saying that I know that the feeling of you don't even want to take it to the dry cleaners. You're just so frustrated with everything that you just would rather throw something away than keep it.
What's her name? We wanted to send this.
Her name is Yesenia, and I'm in her wedding in February. So that's the least she can do. She's thrown up on me twice.
You should throw up on her at her wedding.
Maybe I will. She'll be on white, so that'll be great. Here's my gift to you. So let's talk about maybe your set visit that you guys went on.
Oh, we went on a set visit.
Was it for this episode?
Yeah, it was for this episode. So you can watch all of our interviews on AfterBuzz TV's YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. I was going to say .com, but I don't know if they're there. It was actually really cool to watch, though, because Tamara's monologue, I don't know if it was this episode or one of them, but she literally had like 3 minutes worth of lines that she just like spat out, and Christina and I were just like jaws dropped, like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was so good. And it was just so fun to be in Jenna's bedroom.
And what happened in there, Christina?
So Christina, if you know Christina, she's a social media whore. and she had her phone
I
out.
thought you were going to say I'm clumsy, by the way.
I thought she was going to say clumsy, too.
That took an interesting turn.
The story's not over yet. So we're patiently waiting in Jenna's bedroom to interview the cast, and we like set up our whole camera kit and stuff in there. And Christina's on her phone, and she's like, "Hey guys, I'm in Jenna's bedroom on Awkward." Boom, biffs it, knocks over into a table, and breaks Jenna's picture frame. Was it Jenna and Matty?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see in Jenna's room on any of these episodes, but try to freeze frame if you see a table with a picture and it's knocked over.
I
it's
broke
because
it.
Christina broke the back of it.
And we didn't tell anyone.
Until now.
We just tried to place it up right. It's kind of by the back door that Maddie always comes in from.
It's right next to the back door. So sorry, MTV.
I try, in case anyone was going to ask, I was going to blame it on Jason, but now my cover is blown. But it was so much fun, for real. I love the set visit.
Yeah, and all of our interviews are up, and they kind of talk about what's happening next and where they see their characters in 10 years, so you're going to definitely want to watch it.
For sure.
Yay. So let's get into some predictions for the second half of the season.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So we know that we're jumping ahead to past freshman year, and we're coming back to the first summer back, which is always the most fun/awkward summer of college, because it's like, I'm back.
Well, because it's like you're back and then all of your friends drink all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of your friends drink, you're having a great time, but it seems like maybe Jenna and Matty, the whole happily ever after thing, maybe freshman year didn't work for them. Jenna looks like she maybe gained the freshman 15. You guys didn't see that? Like,
I didn't know.
Jason's face was like,
he's like, what? Tiana's such a bitch.
I know. I was like,
I didn't notice
that. Not fat shaming anyone here.
No,
I was like, wow.
I think they even like mentioned it or said something about it. Yeah, in the preview.
Oh, okay. This is my prediction. Okay. Jenna and Matty are broken up. Jake and Tamara are together, and Sadie and Sergio are still together.
Okay.
I was going to say, I think that Jake and Tamara are going to be together in summer.
I agree with that as well. I also think that Sadie and Jenna are going to be friends. I feel like they both want to do similar things.
That's very much a Glee moment for all of you Gleeks out there.
I could see them ending up being friends after that. I think I was friends with some girls I didn't like in high school after high school.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah. I think if you're in the same area, then you're like, oh, we have this in common, and then you just kind of hit it off.
So who do you guys think will have the freshman pregnancy scare while away?
Lissa.
I was going to say Lissa.
Definitely Lissa.
Lissa.
Wait, why do you talk about this freshman pregnancy scare?
I don't know. I just feel like
does everyone have that?
Not everyone, but I feel like a lot of girls had it where I went to school.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody. Did you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
Anything you want to share?
No, it wasn't me. I was a virgin until after college, so I didn't have any pregnancy scares in that area of my life. So my other prediction will be that Lacey, that Jenna gets back and her parents probably have like completely taken over her room with the new baby.
Oh, yeah.
Then she has to adjust to life with a younger sibling that she hasn't been around really. And kind of how her home life has changed too.
Do you think Jenna is going to have a boyfriend from school? Because I kind of feel like she will, and then she'll cheat on him over the summer with Matty. And
totally. And Maddie's going to always be the guy that she always...
Yeah.
Oh, Jenna, this is like just a dangerous, dark path you're going down. So we'd also like to point out, over the course of the season, we've been asking you to submit dates for Tiana.
Oh my God.
And we really appreciate all of you.
Both of your submissions were super helpful. Tiana is going on a date tomorrow.
And we're so excited. So this time, we'd like you all to put some input in on what you think she should wear for her date.
And whether or not you think it's okay for her to bring up exes on the day.
We think no.
That's a whole nother conversation. Let us know what you guys think is going to happen in the second half of the season. We'll be back in 2016 with more Awkward. In the meantime, where can they find you guys on social media?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Jason Eichler.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Miss Zias.
And make sure you check out all the shows AfterBuzz TV does here. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud. Leave us comments, leave us questions, leave us
submissions for
likes,
Tiana's clothing for her date.
Don't leave us that. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Tiana Hobson, and we will see you guys in 2016 with more Awkward.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
You're welcome.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.